Hello and welcome. I am Exolite and this is my channel. Today I'm going to ask you to do something a little unusual. The next time you watch anything on any medium, whether you're streaming, watching your TV, watching something on your phone, watching a movie at a theater, look at the people's faces. Do they have a scar between their eyebrows, above their nose? Because I'm telling you that once you see it, you're never going to unsee it. And you're going to be shocked at the amount of people you see and start seeing in your everyday lives that have a scar between their eyebrows, just above the bridge of their nose. And today we're going to talk about what it is. Before we get started, if you would please give this video a thumbs up. If you would subscribe, that would be fantastic. If you would like to leave comments, and if you would like to share this video, that would be great. It all really helps my channel. Let's talk about this, shall we? I have one of these scars, and my youngest daughter has one of these scars. I always thought that I had gotten the scar because of chickenpox. But when I looked around at other people and started seeing people, not just on movies or TV shows, but in real actual life, I started seeing so many people with this scar between their eyebrows above their nose that I started wondering, what is this? It seems that there are way too many people that have it in the exact same spot for it to be accidental. It's not that uncommon, but it's also not extremely common. Like, you're going to see people, you're going to notice it, believe me. And I would say that probably, I don't know, maybe one out of every, I really don't know, 50 people have one. I'm not a mathematician, nor do I know how to even assign a percentage to this. That's why I'm going to have you look. My daughter has one, like I said, and it is not from chickenpox. So what I did was, I did a little research. I looked at pictures of me as a child. So cute, of course, darling. And I noticed that I didn't have the scar there until I was about 12 or 13. I had the chicken pox. In fact, I was lucky enough to have the chicken pox twice. My first case wasn't bad enough, so I got a whopping second case. But I didn't get a scar from it. You can see in all those pictures. And I had it when I was pretty young, probably 4, I suppose. And all my school pictures and all my birthday pictures and my family videos, I don't have a scar. And then suddenly it turns up. And I have one. I looked at my youngest daughter's photos. She didn't have one when she was a baby. She had chickenpox about when she was 3 years old. She didn't have a scar there when she was 4 or 5 or 6, 7 or 8. She too got hers about 12 or 13 years old. I did a story here once, a creepypasta about the scar. And I had so many people contact me and say, what do you really think it is? I have one. I have one. My mom has one. My best friend has one, etc. What do you think it is? It's it's common enough that it is something. What is it? And my answer to that has always been, I don't know. I agree that it's something. I have been told by people who have come up to me and told me that the mark between my eyes means that I'm a chosen one. Chosen for what? I don't really know. Um, which would make my daughter a chosen one. Well, what about my other two children? Are they not chosen? What is this scar? So I decided to go look up some thoughts, some other people's thoughts on what this scar could be, and its cultural meanings. So I want to talk about it. Don't forget, look around at people you know. Have you noticed a scar between your eyes above your eyebrow? I mean, above your nose? Now let's talk about this. What do you think? All right. Some cultural and spiritual interpretations are in Chinese medicine, they believe that the liver meridian is in that area and that it also governs anger and stress management, that the scar could be there for that purpose. A scar there, it's said to possibly indicate a past emotional repression or chronic stress impacting the liver health. How's your liver? I Mine's doing pretty good. It's hanging in there so far. Um, Chinese do face readings, and that is called the career palace, and it symbolizes life, direction, and professional resilience. That scar. And it suggests overcoming obstacles in your career or your personal growth. And I'm not going to go into details, but around the age that the scar appeared on me, um, there was some abuse that started. I'm really, really not going to go into details about something that happened to my daughter about the age that she started getting the scar. Had nothing to do with family, but it was pretty serious. And so I wonder, does it have something to do with that? But there are so many people who have overcome adversity. I think there'd be a lot more. Anyway, moving along. Also, it represents the third eye chakra. So it's connected to representing intuition and spiritual clarity, which, in my personal opinion, is more aligned with what mine is and what my daughter's is. It suggests that the scar might be signal blocked by psychic abilities or past distrust of your inner wisdom. I don't believe that it's a signal blocker for me. In fact, I am extremely empathetic, as is my youngest child. Extremely empathetic. So I don't think that it blocks that for me. I think that it, if it's anything, it enhances um, my intuition and spiritual clarity. A karmic perspective is that it can be viewed as a mark of past life struggles leading to spiritual growth. It has even been said that it shows where you or how you were killed in a past life, whether that was a bullet or of some kind of object in your head. It also can indicate overcoming significant challenges to achieve transformation, which I think goes back to the face reading and overcoming obstacles in your personal growth and whatnot, I think that is possibly connected. If you know anybody, you might know what their story is, or maybe you can ask them. There's symbolic meanings. The first one is intuitive blockages. It may reflect suppressed intuition or distrust, which I already said. Emotional resilience represents overcoming anger, frustration, or stress through inner strength. Spiritual protection. Some traditions interpret it as a shield against negative energies, including older Christian sects. They believed that this was a mark of protection, that um, it was placed on you for that reason. Other Christian sects believed that it was the mark of Cain. The Bible says that Cain was left with a mark on his forehead so that everyone would recognize him. In some spiritual traditions, they believe that it signals a need to align actions with your authentic self, often through creative pursuits. I don't I don't know about that one. I don't feel like that. Um, I don't feel like that one is where I land, although I am very creative. In fact, I just opened a jewelry store and I'll leave the link below. Anyway, for healing and growth practices, it is said that for energy work, if you meditate on the third eye chakra, that it helps you visualize and connect with your spiritual self. If you use an amethyst crystal while you're meditating on your third eye chakra, it's said that it enhances intuition, it gives you clarity. I often wear an amethyst crystal. I often wear a black obsidian crystal as well. This can also be connected to emotional release, journaling, or therapy to address repressed emotions. Practice forgiveness rituals to release anger or resentment through this third eye chakra, which is exactly where my scar is. Or if you concentrate on it and you give yourself affirmations, I trust my inner wisdom. I release past struggles to embrace my growth. And I can definitely tell you that I have a difficult time releasing past struggles. Um, Obviously, there are things that are easier to move through than other things, and I have a difficult time with some of that, and I believe that my daughter does as well. So, this scar serves as a spiritual roadmap, urging reflection on intuition, emotional balance, and life purpose. Whether you view it as a karmic lesson or a badge of resilience, it invites and embraces personal transformation and trusting one's inner guidance. I choose to use this as a badge of resilience. Now, what do you think? Have you paid attention or not paid attention? Just happen to notice that so many people you see on your screens in front of you have that scar. So many people that you see in the grocery store, at your coffee shop, at school, at your job, will have a scar right there. It's interesting to me that two people in my very immediate family, me and my daughter, we both have it. That is interesting to me because I've not seen it repeat itself in families before. So I know that there are a lot of people out there that have questions about this because I've gotten the messages. which is why I wanted to take the time today to speak about this and maybe have a discussion with people who have this scar, what their belief is, if anything I just said resonates with them, and for people who don't have the scar, but maybe know somebody or are interested in this type of a thing. The pineal gland is directly behind where my scar is, and that controls a lot in your brain, your emotions, your ability to have resilience. So leave comments below. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Also, I'm going to leave the link below to my new jewelry store. I am not monetized here. I purchase my own equipment. And if you would like to support me in some way, feel free to look through my jewelry store. And I have a lot more that I'm going to be putting up. A lot more. This might have become a little bit of an addiction. I love it. Also, I'm going to be putting my paintings back up on a new store. And when I get that done, I'll give the link. But in the meantime, take a look around, see what you think. And a lot of the jewelry has to do with energy connection. I make what they call wish jars. They're also called spell jars or witch jars. So depending on what you believe, with certain types of stones in there and herbs for healing and protection. I have amethysts necklaces. My bracelets have crystals for healing and protection. I have jars that have Japanese Okinawa sea stars, which are said by the Japanese to be previous relatives, to be people who watch over and protect you. And I have those jars on necklaces, a lot of different things. So, if you're interested in that, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll be my own sponsor for the day. Good night. Thank you for coming to my channel.